So in the last video, we looked how to set a task and how to control the different student settings. So if we want more work on it or a copy each. So I'm just going to refine that a little bit more and target in a bit. So I've got a task I want people to do, and I've got two of them this time. I've got my reflection chart here where they have to talk about different characters and how different characters act. And I've got like a task here where I want them to start working independently and pick a character of their own to reflect on their behavior. So same questions, but this time it's guided, and then this time it's a bit more independence. So if I was doing it in a class, I'd be thinking this task would probably be on a big bit of paper, and then this task would probably be individual. So they work together for this one, share ideas, discuss it, see what each of us are putting, and then for this one, they'd go on it on their own. Now, I can do that within Google Classroom quite effectively as well. Just needs a little bit of tweaking. So I'm going to add the task. So I'll go in here and I'll add the task, and I can add two tasks and have different settings for each one. So I want the villainous behavior, that's the grid, so the thumbnail I can see which one it is. So I want that one. And I also want, go to Google Drive, I also would like to have the individual one as well, the villainous behavior. Okay, so notice I've got the settings for both of them. So for the first one, I would like them to do that as a group. So I want them all to be able to access and edit that. So when this appears on their screens, 3, 4, 5, 50 people will all be typing on it at the same time. Could be chaotic, but I want them to work together and see what each other are putting to get ideas. This one, however, I want them to be doing individually. So the individual reflection on behavior, copy for each student. So I can split within a task. Within a single assignment or a single post, I can have different levels of material access. As a group, so complete a task as a group, and then reflect on behavior of a further character individually. Now, at this point, I could now assign this to the whole class. I'm still not comfortable with the fact that my whole class would be on one document. That's 30 plus people on one document at a time. So I can be more targeted here. I might think I've got groups in my class who I think work well together, or I could have got some differentiation going on. So rather than having all students, I'm going to knock all students off there. I'm going to pick out individuals who I'm going to give this task to. So I think this is a group that I want to work together. And there we go. So I've picked 3 people to work on it. So when I now click assign, it won't go to the whole class. It'll go to those 3 people, and they will get a single post on their stream and a single post in their assignment. They will have a task that they can work on all together and a task that they will work on individually. So they'll each get their own copy. So person 1 won't see what person 2 is doing on this one, whereas they will all see what each other are doing on that one. At that point, I'm going to say that it's not got a due date. It's going to be worth 100 marks. And I'm then going to assign it. At that point, it becomes live for those people, and they will get that task. Now, if they have an email address in your classroom, they will now be emailed to let them know that they've got a task to be getting on with. And that is beginnings of how to use differentiation and how to be a bit more targeted with who you're sending what tasks in. So if I go back to my mark book, I'll now see that that task has gone live. For quite a lot of people, it's not assigned. However, for the people it was assigned to, it's there as a blank, so I'll be able to see it as it starts coming in. So I can start keeping an eye out for them.